last year. If we can, we'll go back to our radar. We'll show you what's going on across the region right now on Weather 2. And again, only one warning in effect. That's the good news across the area. Things are not too hectic just now. We've got the one warning for severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Harnett, western Johnston, south central Wake County, and also the tornado warning for Bladen and eastern Robeson County. But in our area, besides Robeson County, not too many warnings in effect. Severe thunderstorm again near Irwin or Lillington, near Lillington, a little bit southeast of there, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. If you're in Buies Creek, Coates, Benson, Anger, Coates Crossroads, you want to be on the lookout. Stay indoors. Remember, severe thunderstorms can and sometimes do quickly produce tornadoes, and this one has a history of at least a strong rotation with it. So tornado warnings can be issued very quickly, or a tornado can develop very quickly with this. Right now, it's a severe thunderstorm warning in those areas until 4 o'clock this afternoon. You see that heavy rainfall, if nothing else, very heavy rain that'll blow through, gusty winds in excess of 40 miles per hour, and if you're in the severest part of the storm, in excess of 58 miles per hour. That's the criteria, by the way, for severe thunderstorms. It doesn't have anything to do with lightning. There can be thousands of cloud-to-ground strikes in a storm, or very little, as in this case. It has to do with the hail or wind, which do the damage. Of course, lightning can do damage, but every storm has that, so you'd be issuing warnings for every thunderstorm during the summer months, and then it'd get just a little bit ridiculous. But severe thunderstorms, again, 3/4 inch hail in diameter or greater, or winds in excess of 58 miles per hour.
And with the heavy rain that we've seen in many locations, if you get winds of 60 miles an hour, that has the possibility, along with the heavy rain, making the soil kind of soft. That's why you can sometimes get some trees and power lines that can be knocked down and affected by these storms. So still, even though there isn't a tornado warning issued with this storm right now, a severe thunderstorm warning should be taken seriously as it moves through the very eastern portions of Harnett County. Looks like it's going to move right along, right over towards the Anger area, where you're seeing the areas over towards Buies Creek, Anger. It's now moving through Irwin right now, and eventually it looks like this is going to be moving up into portions of Wake County over towards Clayton, right along Highway 40, Interstate 40 right there, as you can see, and eventually pushing up to the north over towards Garner. So the weather's going to start to go downhill in your area over towards Willow Springs, Garner, and in the Clayton area as well. As you can see, that storm is headed right for your area. And we'll go ahead and put this into motion. There it is right there, pushing from the south to the north through Irwin right now, and still some indications of at least a little bit of rotation in the upper levels of the storm. We'll keep a close eye on it, but right now I'm not seeing anything on Doppler radar indicating the rotation is at the lower levels, and that's why we don't have a tornado warning out for that. Let me go ahead and zoom out. Let's look at the entire viewing area. We do have some heavy rain off towards the west, over towards Siler City, down towards Southern Pines and Sanford. Those cells are not showing any severe weather characteristics. It now looks like we're going to be focusing on this line right here for the possibility of isolated tornadoes and severe thunderstorms.
You can see down further south there's a tornado warning there. That's areas west of Wilmington in Columbus County, I believe that is.
Yes, that's right.
That Columbus County, yep. And that's lifting northward too. So the potential is going to exist for a while, the next several hours, for at least some isolated tornadoes. So far, no reports of any damage anywhere from these thunderstorms. We are getting some reports of very, very heavy rainfall. And
we also have a weather cam. I've just been told that in the Triangle area showing the heavy rain. This is, you look at the heavy rain that is pounding the area and reducing those visibilities. And you and I, as we were coming into work, remarked about how foggy it was, and when the rain was coming through, how the visibilities really dropped. And
right.
So, you know, with the traffic picking up during the afternoon, it might be a good idea to postpone any travel plans as this area of storms pushes through the region. This is I-40 and Buck Jones Road, I believe, looking off towards that direction. As you can see, a pretty dismal day, and looks like the weather is going to continue to be very rainy in the Triangle. As we take a look at First Alert Doppler XP on Weather Source 2, you'll be able to see this area of rain pushing through. Now the showers, the heavy showers we have in the Raleigh area do not have a warning with them. Very heavy rain though, but the storm that we're watching now is where you're seeing this flashing box.
And that's real heavy rain there in southern Wake, southwest or western Johnston, northeastern Harnett County. That's probably throwing the visibility down to a 1/4 mile or less, because that's you saw saw our tower cam there and then what it looked like. This rain is quite a bit heavier there, just coming down in buckets. But the good news is it is moving along at about 50 miles per hour. So at least in this one instance with this particular cell, it won't rain that long, that hard. It'll rain for a good while, very hard for a brief period, then lighten up at least for a little bit until the next shower comes in.
And we'll have to see if this is the line that we're just going to concern ourselves with. It could be that this is a line that may produce the scattered areas of severe weather, but this may be it. We don't want to let our guard down totally, but right now what I'm seeing on radar is this the one that we need to concern ourselves with right now, with the possibility of a brief spin-up with some of these storms. As you can see, we're still seeing areas, well, they just popped off right there, but let's go ahead and back off here and show you what I'm talking about. We are seeing some scattered areas of rain, and you can see, we'll go ahead and put this into motion. This is the line we're watching right now that moved through Fayetteville, now moving into Raleigh and just west of Wilmington. Other areas of showers that don't look like they're severe are farther west, and they continue to lift to the north. But this is the line I think, Chris, we're going to be watching.
Yeah, and it extends all the way into South Carolina and the coastal waters.
Right.
We were earlier watching a line that was sort of arced through South Carolina, but we'll be able to show you that in just a couple minutes. That appears to have weakened. And Scott and I were talking about that earlier today, that this line that was going through Georgia and then rotated into South Carolina really had warnings all through it. From every bit of the line had a warning with it, and we were concerned that would rotate in, but it appears to have weakened just a little bit, and now we've got this other line that developed during the course of the afternoon hours across eastern sections of the Carolinas down into South Carolina, and that has become the predominant, or at least the most severe in terms of the potential for tornadoes or severe thunderstorms. The only warning in the immediate area now is areas of Wake County and southern Wake County into Harnett County, eastern or western sections of Johnston County, too.
And I understand we now have a traffic accident. We can show this on one of our DOT weather cams. I-40 is now backed up. This is near the airport exit of Harrison Boulevard and I-40, and this may be an indication of folks just driving too fast for the conditions, and I imagine weather probably played a role in this, and now it's causing a real snarl in traffic. You can see there I-40 at Reedy Creek Road.
Right, and we can go over to Harrison Avenue around Cary, too, the area, that part of the triangle, and you can see that, again, very heavy rainfall, and it's not going to be a nice commute home, unfortunately, across the region with the heavy rain. If nothing else, if there's not even any real severe weather, these downpours certainly don't bode well for traffic around the triangle or elsewhere trying to get home this afternoon. Still watching one severe thunderstorm warning, though, that's going to be in effect until 4 o'clock, and no other real warnings in effect right now in our immediate viewing area. Eastern, really the heaviest part of this right now, Scott, where you see those circles, if you're just joining us, that's where there may be some, at least an indication of a rotation, but we're not getting that down to the ground right now. The heaviest rain, the worst weather, is probably right now into sections of even Raleigh, where you have those heavy downpours, but Garner into southern Wake County and just west of Clayton, too. Very heavy rainfall there that's traveling on to the north and northeast. And you see right around Raleigh, along Interstate 40 there, again, real heavy rain, but no severe weather. And we haven't gotten any reports of any severe weather so far.
And no reports of flooding, or at least no flash flood warnings or any flood warnings with this, even though we are under a flash flood watch for the conditions of possibility of flooding. But I tell you what, you and I have lived here long enough to know that when it rains like this for very long, some of the creeks like Crabtree Creek, yep, right. There you go, could rise very rapidly.
The good news is that we haven't had a whole lot of rain of late, so it's not like our flash flood guidance, what we call it. It's going to take, sometimes you get into a very wet pattern, then you get a big storm that comes in, and it only takes an inch or two of rain to set off flash flooding. It's going to take several inches of rain in 1 hour or so to cause serious flash flooding, but we've already had in some spots 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, and that's something we'll need to watch as we head through the afternoon and early evening.